Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play Total War Warhammer 3! I'm IVATOPIA's episode 58, and you're probably wondering why I'm not in the campaign map right now. Well, because there's been some news in the game, and I wanted to go through that very quickly, and this page kind of gives you a look. Total War roadmap too, so I want to run through that very quick, and the current updates here. The roadmap I'm actually going to run through on my phone, so I'm going to load the battle as that happens, load the campaign. But I just wanted to show you. The update 1.10's here, so some balance issues, so more than likely when I click this, load campaign, it's probably going to tell me this may not work properly, and hopefully it will. A quick save, so I guess that's where we're up to. Oh, it didn't actually tell me that, okay, whatever. Anyway, as of now, the recording of this is the 5th of... no, sorry, it's the 9th. Again, Americans... dates wrong way round for me and it always confuses me. It's the 9th of the 5th, so 9th of May. It says like, you know, the 5th and 9th is confusing because from Britain we do it the other way around. But anyway, so it's the 9th of May of recording this. And apparently update 1.2 is in May, and I think that's what that said, it's out now. Or did that say 1.1 then before I clicked it? Either way, if that wasn't it, 1.2's out in May. Okay, so that's some good news if you want some updates on the game. AA faction rebuild. I'm just going to gloss over these. AI faction in big letters. Rebuilt tiles too quickly. Issue when flying units attack ground units. There's stuff to talk about. Range units fail to engage valid enemy targets, etc., etc. The demon faction, automatically declare war on Slashy. And to just explain a little bit, this causes a diplomacy imbalance in the game that affects both the AI and player, and something we're working to resolve. So this is some of the stuff they're working on for this patch. So that might have been just 1.1, hence why I could load that easy. So, but that's supposed to come out this month. Snow is too bright, so that's something else to fixing or resolve improvements. Oh, I wasn't about to do a fight then, wasn't I? Improvements to the unit responsive, improvements to single entry unit dueling with other single entry units, technology tree reworks, leaderboard reset, regimes of renown. Do you remember them units where you could click on them and, oh, they're like instant units, cost you a lot of money, you know, like high ranks, and everyone had them? I thought that was a default thing. Apparently, it wasn't. They were added throughout the game's history. Because it even says here, regimes, again I can't read it properly, of renown add elite recruitable troops to the game with improved stats and special abilities for using campaign and battles. Okay, that's fair enough. It's got a question mark. What's new about them? In Warhammer 3, in previous games, the names of renown, whatever, generally came as part of a paid DLC packs. I wasn't aware of that. I thought they were just part of the game adding a DLC, but apparently, you know, like free updates, sorry, not DLC. Apparently they came as part of the paid DLCs, and also I kept up to date with them, so that's probably why I didn't really notice. And also one of my favourite people to play at the time, as you know, was Britannia. And they literally were a full-on DLC. Free one that I have to add for that one. Granted a set of unique units to one more races depending on the pack type. In Total Warhammer 3, we're doing things a little differently. While regimes of renown will continue to be added alongside our paid DLCs in the future, our first few updates will include a free set of new regime of renowned units for each of the game's core races. This allows us to expand and freshen up the game's roster for all the races with each update, as opposed to powering up one race at a time while forcing others to wait their turn, Warhammer 2 style. So again, I was unaware that's how it worked, but it sounds like that's the way it did, is actually better. Because instead of, like they said, like, I don't know, like this race, they might get it for the first time if it was Warhammer 2, and they'll be super powered versus everyone else. And then his race might get it next, and then he's super powered, probably on equal spots to him, but every other race is getting hammered. But now they're going to do, oh, you're going to get a couple, he's going to get a couple, the other race is going to get a couple, so they all should stay roughly in balance where they should be. Okay, now here's another stuff. Q3 2022, July, August, September. Update 1.3, following update 1.2, we have a last regular update before moving on to our next major game release. Update 1.3 will give us another opportunity to address and include fixes for player-reported issues, but also introducing the second Realms of Renown. Again, I'm probably saying the range thing wrong, but it's basically them blue unit things. Pack to the roster. As the 1.3 is still a ways out, we're still working on a specific list of changes that will be included. That said, here's a few things already being worked on for the release. Before I go with these, because obviously I do want to do some of the game for you, not just read all this for the 25 minutes. Okay, so... Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, I had to fight the prince, didn't I? And I didn't know how I was going to do it. And I didn't have enough time for another episode at that point. Because again, it's 2 or 3 weeks since I played. Because I believe... I have an episode, again, this is currently Monday. I have an episode already going up Monday, and I believe I have an episode up Tuesday, and I believe the episode I'm doing now is for Wednesday. So what do we have quickly? Then we'll read a bit more of this as it loads. Yeah. Says we should win. I just don't like the fact it's heroic victory. Oh no, we did try this, didn't we? I remember, like Barry, we did try it. And remember, I misunderstood, thought reinforcements were going to come up Matley, they didn't come. And I lost that thing in the middle, didn't I? Yeah, Barry. So yeah, I remember it now. As I said, we're going to try again and keep the core when we get it, and obviously bring reinforcements in. Since, as they keep coming from the sides. Yeah, I remember. Okay. As that loads. Some of the, again, glancing over these, the big letters, not really going into the paragraphs explaining it, but basically improve Cafe formation attacks, skill tree rework, Tennessee was who I'm playing as, and Slasher. Technically, I think that's who I'm fighting, isn't it? Replenish no, it's not, is it? Slasher's the, well, technically the Demon Prince is kind of like that, but he's for everyone, isn't he? Yeah, Slashy's the fire god, isn't he? The fire one. Anyway, Tzeentch and Slashy, replacement rates, increase the frequency of field battles, battle-related fixes, the Total War Assembly Kit, if I'm not mistaken, that's their modding stuff. The last piece of the puzzle to empower our amazing modding. Yeah, it's a modding stuff, I thought it was. So for all them modders out there, can start tinkering as much as they want. Update 2.0, the next major content milestones, Update 2.0, any major release not only comes with continued improvements to the game, i.e. bug fixes, balance tweaks, system adjustments, etc., but includes major new content additions to changes to landscape of Total War Warhammer 3. In this case, remember this is the Q3, so July, August, September.
The mansion of the Plague Lord, the crooked manor of
we watched this last time, didn't we? Let me skip it. Okay, we'll sort them out in a second, let me get onto this before we get going. Immortal Empires beta. Immortal Empires was a much loved addition to Total War Warhammer 2. Remember, that's the one with every single race in what we've been waiting for. In Update 2.0, we'll introduce our first iteration of the game mode in Warhammer 2, officially known as Immortal Empires. They're going to call it Immortal Empires. So we had Immortal Empires Warhammer 2, Immortal Empires for Warhammer 3, what's going to have game 1, 2, and 3 all in it. But it says beta in that time period. And what one was I adding, did I say? July, August, September. So it looks like, unless you're playing the beta thing, but you're not getting an official thing until afterwards. I've not gone through this and read it fully yet. I was reading it myself when this roadmap came out about a week or so ago, and I got based up to the August, July stuff, and I don't know why I put it down. I think I was tired, and I'll read it tomorrow, and I just haven't got to it. When I was doing this episode now, I was like, I need to talk about this, even though I haven't even read up there, so I wasn't actually sure when this was coming out. But to me, a beta means we're not getting a full one in that time period. Because some people want to play it fully finished, don't they? They don't want to come into the game with, you know, bug imbalances left, right, and centre. So, the beta. Immortal Empires was a much loved addition to Warhammer 2. We will introduce the first year I said that. Known as Immortal Empires. The mode will merge the maps and factions from all three Warhammer games, like we said, for those who own them, into one, allowing you to deploy the factions. So like Warhammer 2, if you own 1 and 2, you get the big map. You own 1, 2, and 3, you get the big map. I guess if you own, say, 1 and 3, it won't work. Or if you own 3 and 2, it won't work, so you got to own all 3. One way I like that, because it's basically, it's a reason to own all 3 games, because like, that's what's probably with some games, isn't it? You play the first game, it's great. You play the second game, oh, it plays differently. But there's no reason, unless you really like 1, to go back to 1. But then with that big map, you had no reason to play 1, but you still needed to own 1, because of because that technically joining DLC in a way, and we're doing it with 3. So, you know, you don't really have to play 1 or 2, but you still need them. I kind of like that option. It makes, I feel like all 3 games are still useful for that reason. The mode will merge the maps, yep, for those who own them, into one, allowing you to deploy the factions you love across a massive campaign. So, again, Britannia can finally be in Warhammer 3. Immortal Empires is a monumental undertaking that will continue to grow and evolve from the moment it lands in the game. So, to highlight the ongoing focus on its development, we will initially be making it available as an integrated open beta. So, in other words, anyone can play it, but it's not going to be finished. If you wait for the finished version, go away. Across all platforms. This initial phase will allow us to focus on updating the balance map, races, and other areas where we can continue to make adjustments based on player feedback, ensuring that it will meet and exceed expectations as it develops over the long term. The plan is to continue updating the mode over several years, and we want to ensure that those who Sorry, those of you who are most excited to play it have the chance to participate, and share it in its success. There is a ton of there's a ton to unpack about Immortal Empires, so you can also expect more news about it as we get closer to the beta release. Next few months, we'll be sitting down with the game's DLC game director, Richard, again probably going to butcher this, sorry, Alderidge, so we can share his insight about the project. We'll also like to set up some AMAs, I think that's, isn't that answers, ask something like that, with the team leading up, I think this, I like to ask questions, leading up to the beta, if they're not too busy, so stay tuned for more news. And then it has the Old World Update 1, Warriors of Chaos, so I guess we'll look at that after a bit of the battle, shall we? Let's get some gameplay in there. Okay. Okay, so let's get you guys sorted. We might push this into next episode talking about it. Because again, I'm doing these daily, so this is Wednesday, I believe, so this will be Thursday, so we'll see. So you're going to be Group 1. You're on the horse. Did we get any horses yet? I know we got this down. Didn't, did I? Okay, you were part of Group 1. We got you guys, so... Oh yeah, I was keeping you separate because you get dying, didn't you? That was the problem. So we have the melee people. You're part of that then, so Group 2. Actually, now let's make you guys Group 3. You can be Group 2. And these guys should be Group 4. Okay. Okay, so if I remember last time, these didn't get any reinforcements, so it's just a one-on-one battle for this. Until we took this. Once we took this, that's when reinforcements started. We had a little time to build things up, so what we want to do is just kill these without losing many to get ready for it. And remember, the reinforcements I can call from here instead of spending on this stuff. Because you remember, I pushed to the side and they just took that. I was trying to kill that quick and it didn't work. Because I like the way it... I like part of the new system in the sense that you own this, you take it down, you lose this stuff. But at the same time, I dislike that because, again, if you take it down, you lose your stuff instantly. So do you know what I'm saying? When I'm doing it, it's great. When they do against me, it means you've got to be really careful on this with defending. Attacking, it's brilliant. Defending, not so much. But just means you've got to defend it more. And I'm not the best defender. Anyway, where were we?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if we can take this first bit and then talk a bit more about the thing if we've got time on the episode still. Try to save the magic a bit until later on. Because I also didn't understand that. They said, oh, the magic, you can use as much as you want. Yeah, I seem to run out of my magic, so that wasn't really true. So I don't understand how you can use as much as you want. Guys, if you can get in shooting range of them. You guys get in front if they rush. And if you guys can come over here, maybe we can just smack them in the back. Don't rush, don't rush. So I don't think this thing's going to take a full hour, even going slow on it. You know what could have been actually a smart move there? No, it's not the one I wanted. Fudge. It's his, isn't it? You know that triangle thing is over there now, so it ain't gonna work. Fudge. I can hit that still, so. Go. Don't want to take that yet until he's dead. Oh, how'd you get in there? Not what I wanted. These are quite weak, it's a problem. It's gonna smash me on though, isn't it? This might... Oh, sugar, hit the wrong button. That should hit them and not hit us. Is it quick enough? Okay, I thought someone was on them. Get rid of this guy. Okay, sorry about that. I had to just pause quickly. There's getting interruptions, barking going on. Okay, so group 3. Actually, no, group 3 focus on him. I think they can do this.
Fight them.
I don't want these to get separate. There's only one of them left. We're roughly 16 minutes, so I'd like to finish a little bit battle, and we're going to talk about thingy. Okay, this is not going as well as light. I think we dealt with them now. Right. Is he dead? He must have died. I'm behind him. Someone smashed me on people. If they hit me in the back, that should finish them off. And they can't convert this, so... Oh, gone. Just seeing them scared the bejesus out of them. Beautiful.
We are many.
Okay, so far so good. Just get over here. Make sure 2 comes over. Okay, I'm going to put this in slow, so it takes it a little slower while we go through this quickly. Okay, so what we're up to, Old World Update 1, Warriors of Chaos. Starting with Update 2.0, we're looking to overhaul some of the last remaining races not previously spruced up in Warhammer 1 or 2. The goal to bring them up to date with the newer mechanics implemented in Warhammer 3. These old world updates can include the introduction of new systems, units, features and balance to make them a more formidable force on the battlefield. So people like Britannia, I really like them, but I feel they haven't really had a proper update for a long time. Maybe they'll get one. Obviously Chaos is going to, so stuff like that, that'd be awesome. That'd be more interesting to use. Include introduction of new systems, units, features and balance to make them a more formidable force on the battlefield. And Update 2.0, this intent begins with Warriors of Chaos, so Chaos Warriors of Chaos getting it first. Blood Pack 3, finally! Been waiting for the Blood Pack, because obviously, if you bought it for DLC of Warhammer 2, you instantly got it for 1. You bought it for DLC, oh my god, words. If you bought the Blood DLC for Warhammer 1, you instantly got it for 2, and it should work out for free too, and we've just got this, so let me... Pause 1 second. Timer to wait 45 seconds. Okay. Because I need to set stuff up in this anyway. So what I'll probably do is read a bit more of this, set this up, and then episode will come back starting this wave off. Or at least with so many seconds anyway. So Blood Pack 3. The Blood Pack for Total War Warhammer 3 adds a ton of new particle and visual effects to the game. Unlike the previous Blood Packs for Warhammer 1 and 2, that's what I was just trying to explain, and I was jumbling up all my words, will have it automatically unlocked. Likewise, unlocking the new pack will also unlock it for the previous 2 games. So that is basically saying if you already own it, you get it for all of them, right? We will have it automatically unlocked. Yeah, for 1 and 2, yeah, automatically. So in other words, you can buy it for free and unlock it for the other 2 games, buy it for 1 and unlock it for the next 2, buy it for 2 and unlock it for the next ones. Lord Pack 1. Our first DLC pack, also released alongside Update 2.0, Lord Pack introduced several new legendary lords, heroes, and a variety of units to deploy across the Grand Campaign and multiplayer setting. Watch out for more information, including more about the 4 champions joining the roster as we get closer to its release. So you get 4 more guys. So I'm assuming that's to be like you know how he's only got 1. That's Tzeentch him. Maybe he'll get somebody. Because I think every race in the new 8, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, back. Apologise about that. Got interrupted again. I forgot what I was even going to say now because of that. Let's look at the lore packs with you. Our first DLC pack released alongside, including more about the 4 champions. Oh, that was it, wasn't it? So if I'm not mistaken, I think that was what I was saying. The Chaos Gods have 1 person each, so it's probably them going to get an extra person, I'm assuming. Because the other races ogres, all the other races, except for the Demon Prince. All the other races have multiple, don't they? Except for the Demon Prince and the Chaos Gods. I feel it should fill the Chaos Gods role more than the Demon Prince, and the whole uniqueness to him is the fact you can customize him to high heaven and back. So obviously you add a random lord to him, and that kind of takes off that whole customization thing from him, doesn't it? So I'll assume he'll be the only one who will ever stick with one lord in the game, but everyone else will get multiple. Even if they're not the main leader, so to speak. Okay, Q4 2022, October, November to December. So we're October, November, December now, so the end of the year. Update 2.1. So we're basically, we're not out of the Immortal Empires at this point, are we? So we got the Blood Pack before Q4, before October, but we're not getting the thingy. So technically that's the first paid DLC, unless you already own 1 and 2, what most people who bought 3 probably already own them, so probably already have the Blood Pack anyway. So for that reason, it's free DLC for everybody, except for if you bought Warhammer 3, and that's the first game you started with and you want the Blood. So then it's paid DLC for them people, but I'm classing that as more free, because most people will have the first 2, and this DLC. Okay, so October, November, December, update 2.1. As we enter the final quarter of 2022, we planned our first regular update following all the new content coming in Q3, update 2.1. Give us the opportunity to follow its parent update with additional adjustments to continue expanding Immortal Empires battlefield as players experience it the first time, and a chance to react, responding to community feedback following the release. While the exact details are TBD, here's a soft outline of what you can expect. So to be decided. Update 2.1. Remnants of Renown 3. This is October, November, December, obviously. So we're getting another set of them units. Update 2.2 or 3.0, so I guess whatever I decide to call it. So many big beats dropping in 2022. We're aiming to pull together one final release to wrap up the year in Q4. This will either be a major release update 3.0 or a small update 2.2 release. So depending how much work they've got done or haven't got done, we're going to get something massive or something tiny. With its own set of content and fixes. Regardless of which path we choose, one major focus of either will be the Immortal Empires game mode, which will be seeing big improvements in the last build of the year. So in the last build, they're basically saying it's still a beta for people. So if you want it fully released, it's still not going to be out by the end of the year, but you can still play it. We'll obviously have more to share as we get closer to Q4, and we'll ensure we highlight more of what's on the way in our State of the Game post later this year and beyond. It's too early to talk about 2023, but we can see plenty of projects on the schedule that stretch out 2023 and beyond. Don't worry, we will revisit this timeline several times throughout the year, so this time could change. Basically what they're saying there. Both to highlight the projects that have been shifted or added to the schedule, and to highlight different areas where the game, excuse me a second, in brackets this is, and inevitably other Total War games continue to grow. There are a few things we want to highlight that we're looking to work into Total War Warhammer 3, items that don't have a specific timeline yet but are in works to be included in one of our upcoming releases. The chat system in Total War have remained largely unchanged for years, and by today's standards are no longer suitable for the modern online world. The shortcomings are many. They lack the front-end tools to report harassment or abuse, the back-end system to monitor and moderate a 24/7 chat service, and structure to provide a safe space in which players can communicate. These are all essential. It's like faced and TS facets to the chat system. We feel strongly that they must feel. Sorry, I lost my spot. We feel strongly that they are aspects we must provide by supporting in-game chat, both to empower players to create their own safe space and to remove those players who would utilize the space as a vector for abuse. The new domination mode, what's that, has been a popular addition, and we're excited to continue expanding the mode with new maps, increased faction balance and more. Again, your feedback will help us hone this into the best experience it can be, and we'll be closely monitoring our official feedback channels for the suggestions. The multiplayer team is continuing to work with the Warhammer 1 and 2 land battle maps to bring them to Warhammer 3. Oh, cool. There's no timeline when these will return, but we'll announce them alongside a future update when we know more. So, to me, I guess that's for the Immortal Empires, wouldn't it? That makes sense. So that you'll be able to have the old maps updated for Warhammer 3. Or it could even be for the skirmish mode, maybe. So you can just play them in free instead of having to load up 1 or 2 to do it, I'm assuming. The multiplayer team is also investigating how to share the matchmaking queue. How to Share it. Huh? Okay. And ratings between the domination and land battle modes. So stay tuned for more. Hopefully, we'll be able to add those to a milestone in one of the future states of the game post. So be sure to stay tuned with the War blog and official channels for those news drops. Final word. While we've covered a lot today, we want to leave you with a final thought from Richard, again butchering, Alderidge, the DLC game director of Total War 3. I guess I don't need to read that, do I? I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your continued support and patience. Oh, okay, it's basically thanking people. There's quite a few paragraphs here. Anyway, I think I've roughly, 26 minutes now anyway, I've roughly gone over that stuff. And I apologise for the interruptions. It made me lose my train of thought a few times, but didn't help when I'm trying to get a lot of content out here. That's one of the reasons I want to physically be moved, and as you're aware if you watch my channel, that's been put back to July now, what sucks, but there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm still in these circumstances where it's hard to record, not only because of my new baby, who right now is sleeping perfectly for this whole episode, so nothing to do with her interruptions for this. My own dog is sleeping, so no interruptions from my own dog, but no, it's the ones upstairs. Anyway, moving on. So I hope you enjoyed that, and put in the comments what do you think about them changes that are coming, and are you waiting on Immortal Empires to be here finished? If so, then you're probably not picking this game up until next year at this point. Are you just going to jump into betas in, so it means you're going to get it soon? You already got the game? You're just pointing it's waiting, it's being late, and again, I apologise, I was a banging then. Don't know if that was the mic or not, if it did, I apologise. And so what's your thoughts, basically? And like I said, my plan right now is to finish this campaign, lose or win, whatever. And at the end of it, probably jump back to Warhammer 2 to finish that campaign off, the elf one we're doing. And then depending where I am in the year, we might then jump to something else on this section for a while until the Immortal Empires in the game properly, or the Blood's added, and just do a new campaign with the brand new stuff and see how it's changed. And more likely pick a different race. Like Mortals in here, I might go back to Britannia. I love playing them, even though I've not really done it for the channel ever, so... But we'll see. Anyway, 27 minutes, like, subscribe, you've been awesome, thank you very much, and have a great one day, and tune in next week, tomorrow, because I believe this is Wednesday's episode, so Thursday's episode's tomorrow. If this happens to be Thursday episode, then tune in Sunday, but I believe this is Wednesdays. So tune in tomorrow, and we'll continue this battle, and hopefully I can pull it off. I've been IVATOPIA, you've been awesome, see you this week. My god, seriously? See you tomorrow, bye everybody.